Do one thing every day that scares you. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. Never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you make a living, the other helps you make a life. I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. You always admire what you really don't understand. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. The reason that fiction is more interesting than any other form of literature to those who really like to study people is that in fiction the author can really tell the truth without humiliating himself. Do not stop thinking of life as an adventure. You have no security unless you can live bravely, excitingly, imaginatively, unless you can choose a challenge instead of competence. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. Many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. Life is what you make it, always has been, always will be. It is not fair to ask of others what you are unwilling to do yourself. What could we accomplish if we knew we could not fail? It is better to light a single candle than to curse the darkness. There are no have-tos, just choices. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Women are like tea bags. You never know how strong they are until you put them in hot water. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. You'll be damned if you do, and damned if you don't. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. We are afraid to care too much, for fear that the other person does not care at all. You can often change your circumstances by changing your attitude. Beautiful young people are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art. If someone betrays you once, it's their fault. If they betray you twice, it's your fault. Life was meant to be lived, and curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. Happiness is not a goal. It's a byproduct of a life well lived. Friendship with oneself is all important, because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world. One of the blessings of age is to learn not to part on a note of sharpness, to treasure the moments spent with those we love, and to make them whenever possible good to remember, for time is short. One thing life has taught me: if you are interested, you never have to look for new interests. They come to you. Remember always that you have not only the right to be an individual, you have an obligation to be one. You cannot make any useful contribution in life unless you do this. There is not human being from whom we cannot learn something if we are interested enough to dig deep. It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Love can often be misguided and do as much harm as good, but respect can do only good. It assumes that the other person's stature is as large as one's own, his rights as reasonable, his needs as important. When you adopt the standards and the values of someone else, you surrender your own integrity. You become, to the extent of your surrender, less of a human being. The most important thing in any relationship is not what you get, but what you give. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. No matter how plain a woman may be, if truth and honesty are written across her face, she will be beautiful. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts.